Today on FSI, we are breaking down the Colts and the Cleveland Browns from a betting perspective. We're currently 7-1 on our official plays through Twitter, so make sure that you follow that. The link is below. Now, we break this down from a betting perspective. So I've gone over all the film, and he's done all the analytic research to give you the best betting advice possible on the game. I'm your host, Tom Cross, and to my right is our analytics expert, Stephen Fu.
Thanks for tuning in this week. The Colts are on the road as a 2.5-point favorite. They're minus 140 on the money line, and the Browns, they're plus 120.
I'm sort of shocked that the Colts are a favorite in this game. The Browns just hung 49 on America's team. So I do think that the spread will drop by game time, and you'll see more of a Colts -1 to a pick-em.
Both teams are coming off impressive wins last week. The Browns led by more than 25 points against the #1 passing offense. The Colts also held the Bears to only one field goal when it mattered. So I'm a little surprised they're a favorite on the road. The Browns have been a hot team, so I expect a lot of money to go their way.
Baker Mayfield was traumatized last year. He took it from every defensive lineman in the league. Now, he's still a little scared in the pocket, but the offensive line is the most improved part of the Browns team. He had one pass that should have been intercepted against the Cowboys, but overall, he played okay. He's actually more efficient than he's ever been. I gave him a total grade of a C.
I can't believe Phillip Rivers is still playing. He's already at the end of his career and has declined significantly over the last 2 seasons. He's not very effective at throwing the ball and has some trouble with interceptions. He already has 3 on the year. Rivers is also not getting much pass attempts, so the Colts are really relying on other areas to generate offense.
The Browns' offensive line is the most improved part of their team. They only allowed 19% of the dropbacks to be pressured or sacked, and anything under 20 is considered good by me. Now, they did almost end Baker Mayfield's career last year. He was taking it from the right, the left, and right up the middle. They're playing the Colts defensive front, and they're pretty good. The one thing that I don't like about them is that I feel like they don't generate enough consistent pressure. So I actually think that the Browns are going to get time in the pocket this week. So I do give an advantage to the Browns.
The Colts do a great job at protecting the passer, allowing just 4 sacks through the entire season. On the other side of the ball, Cleveland has 11 defensive sacks and 182 pass attempts. The Browns only have a sack rate of 6%, which is not very good. So I think the Colts have the advantage.
The Browns wide receiver core starts with Odell. He's having a great year. He had the best game of his career as a Brown last week. He had a huge run, and Landry threw him a 60-yard bomb. Now, another thing about the Browns wide receiver core that's slept on is their tight end position. Austin Hooper and Harrison Bryant make a real difference. Now, they are playing the Colts defensive backs, and they graded out as an A+ against the Bears. They're playing elite ball, and they tackle very well. They had 2 pick sixes against the Jets. So this is actually going to be an even matchup.
Indianapolis receiving staff is dreadful this year. They only have 3 players over 100 receiving yards and 4 total touchdowns among them. But lucky for them, the Browns have awful defensive backs. They allow the 3rd most passing touchdowns and 3rd most passing yards.
The best part of the Browns team is a rushing attack. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are elite. But Nick Chubb is out, and he'll be gone for about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, they do have a couple capable backups, but Mayfield cannot win this game alone. He's going to need a big day from Kareem Hunt because the Colts' run defense is one of the best in the league. Against the Bears, they only allowed 2 out of 18 effective runs or screens. I got to give an advantage to the Colts here. I think they're going to be able to actually stop the run of the Browns.
The Colts are trying to use rushing as the focal point of their offense, but unfortunately for them, they're not finding any success doing that. They're currently ranked last in run efficiency at 3.5 yards per carry. This week, they'll be facing a top 5 run defense against the Browns. Cleveland has a big advantage here against the Colts.
Defense over everything, so I gotta take the Colts here. Mayfield still struggles under pressure and he's mistake prone. Now on film, the Browns D-line does not get enough consistent pressure. For instance, against Dallas, who they knew they were gonna pass the entire game, they only got 6 out of 46 pressures or sacks. That's not good. Wait until game time and take the Colts.
Colts really struggle on the offensive side. However, they have a top-rated defense this year. With the Browns, they're not really strong on the defensive side, but they can run the ball quite effectively on offense. If the book is giving you points at home, I think that's a smart play to make. I recommend buying up to plus 3.5 points for this matchup.
We can't predict injuries or the weather, and because of COVID, it's very important that you log on to Twitter and check our official moves before game time. That's it for us. Do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. Tell us who you're going to be taking in the comments below.
We don't care about favorite teams here. Our focus is on making you money. Follow our social media on Twitter, Instagram, or our webpage. The links are below.